my name is Elissa Ojeda. I live in Rosarito, Baja California in Mexico. It's a small town. It's a beach town basically. It's full of tourists all the time. Like spring break is big over there. They love to party really hard. I was born and raised in Rosarito, yes. I still live over there and cross every day to work and school. We're at the moment at San Diego City College. So back in 2019, I moved from Arizona to Rosarito again. And then I met my girlfriend and she was in college at the moment and she introduced me to this world. That's where I, apply for college and continue my education. And we just come all the way from San Isidro to San Diego City College by trolley. At the moment, I cross around 5 to 7 days a week depending on my work schedule and my school schedule. My routine changes depending on my family and my girlfriend because they're very, very supportive. So sometimes my girlfriend would let me borrow her car and I would use that to commute from here to Rosarito, San Diego, and then come back. And sometimes when that's not possible, my dad will drive me from my house to the border, and then from the border I would use public transportation in San Diego, the trolley, to go to work or school, and the same thing to go back to Rosarito. I will use a trolley from work or school to the border, and then my dad will pick me up over there. Usually I have to plan ahead. I have to plan 2 hours ahead to commute. So it would take an hour from my house to the border depending on Tijuana's traffic, and then from there I don't know how much line it's gonna be. That's like something I need to figure out once I get to the border. That's always a surprise. It can be really long, it can be really short. So that also takes some time of the commute. And then once I cross to go to school, for example, it takes me about 45 minutes to an hour depending on the trolley schedule on that specific day. So people just like me cross the border every day to come to work or school or just to live the American dream. So many people like me also try to cross the border every day, and people have to line up to cross and pass, the security, the border patrol, and a lot of people, hundreds of people, and they wait for long times, as in 4 to 5 hours walking, or the shortest like 25 minutes. There's some people like me that have the privilege of owning a Sentry card or Global Sentry, that it's a trusted traveler program that the border patrol has for people, and that give you access to pass the line and get ahead a little bit. So for that line, it's usually about, the longest I've done walking is about 20 minutes. Usually there's no line, so I just go straight to the border patrol and cross really quickly. And if I go by car with the Sentry, is usually the shortest 5 minutes, and then the longest I've done is 40 minutes. When in car, in the regular ready lane or normal car line, it's usually about, the longest I've done there is like 7 hours, and the shortest is an hour. And that's really lucky. I've done 7 hours before having Sentry. And my girlfriend and she lives right here in Chula Vista, so she will come pick me up here at school, and then I will drop her off at her house, and then I will drive from there to my house. I will cross the border and drive all the way to Rosarito, and then on the way back I usually leave her car in her house, and then I will take a lift to my job or the trolley as well, bus, depending on the day. I work at Starbucks. I'm a barista, and they offer this benefit where you can get free Lyft rides before 6 a.m. So usually when I work early, that's when I get the Lyft that is free. And then I come all the way here, like downtown, where my job's at. It changes, but mostly it's like 5 days a week. I usually start like 5:30, 6:30, depending on the day. Like Wednesdays usually are my busiest day because I have to come in at 5:30 at work. So I have to wake up around like 3 in the morning and then do all this commute to work. And then from there I come to school at 1:30, and then I end up leaving school on Wednesdays until 7:10, and I have to do all the commute back to Rosarito as far as commute usually. I guess it's a motivation of trying to be better, better yourself and support your family, especially because my family doesn't have the privilege to be crossing the border for a better life. So I feel for me it's just I love learning, so besides having the education, for me it's also motivation from my family to help and get better. They don't have a citizenship, so it's just me. Long story, but my biological father helped me get my citizenship, but the parents that I live right now, they're my great aunt and uncle. So I don't live with my biological dad, and my mom passed away when I was born. So I've been living and I was raised by them, and that's why they don't have the citizenship, because it's only my biological dad. So I used to cross every day before to go to work, and the line will start getting really bad around Christmas usually. And walking, it was like the last time I did the longest was about 5 hours walking, and that's with no chance to go to the bathroom, eat, and if you didn't have a water, you just have to wait to cross. Sometimes was really slow, so that's when I started looking for resources for me to cross faster, because it was getting really bad, and it was just crazy seeing all these people, thirsty and just wanted to relieve themselves. And that's when I looked up for this program, and I saw on the Border Patrol website, I saw that they have this global entry card that allows you to go faster on the line. It's really nice to have one, especially because they don't give it to most people, and they're really picky on who they are gonna give it to. Like if you have a family member that is far away from you, like you don't talk to this person as much, as this person is not in your life. If they're in your family or related to you and they committed like a crime or something illegal, that will automatically be onto your profile, and you wouldn't get it because of your family or friend that you cross with, or and also you cannot like cross certain things different than on the normal line, that you can cross more things or you can do more, or it doesn't affect you who's your family, who's your friend. I met my girlfriend at my job that I got here in San Diego. It was a Burlington coat factory, and I was a cashier there, and she was working on the floor fixing the clothes, and that's how we met. Yeah, it was in 2019. We're already 5 years together. No, she's also Mexican, but she has a citizenship too. We're Mexican, so it was really hard for them to see me as my real self, I guess. We were watching this, it was like a video of somebody talking about this Marvel movie. I don't even remember, but they mentioned like, oh, this character is gonna be gay, or it's gonna be like from the community. And my parents will start commenting about it, like, oh, they want these people everywhere, like all this homophobic comments. And at that moment in time, I was barely starting to get to know my girlfriend, also like experiencing what that also meant for me. And I was just thinking about all these things, if I wanted to, take it more serious, my relationship, if it was like that serious for me to come out to my parents. And at the moment, it just felt like a lot of things coming into my head, and I just say it like, what if it was me? What if it was me? And my dad would just tell me like, well, I would still accept you, but I wouldn't post it on the news. Like, why do you have to make it that public? And I was like, why am? And he just, like, his face went blank. Like, he couldn't believe himself. And then I heard my mom crying in the back, and I just looked, and I was like, it's okay, Mom. And she was just asking me like, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? It was very emotional, very hard, and my dad couldn't still believe it. He was like, is this a joke? Are you joking with me? It was kind of very emotional moment for me. And there was my sister-in-law that was there, and she's always been very supportive with me. So she was just like comforting my parents and telling them that it was okay, that people are just like me around the world. I don't know, just saying all these things. And my mom is also very religious, so that also added more friction to the topic. And then as time goes by, my mom started meeting my girlfriend, and it took her a really long time to feel comfortable with it. And it started from saying your friend to now her name, and then saying like your partner. So still kind of hard, I feel. I see them more accepting of it, at least in front of me, and I'm okay with that. I know they're older and they have their own ideas, and I respect that too. I have my siblings. They're much older than me, so it was also hard with them because they're also not as accepting. My sister, the one that is closer to my age, is 12 years apart, so it was still kind of hard for them to accept. I felt that for me it was more accepting myself first, because that's really hard too. So for me, I wasn't waiting for me to tell them. It was more I was waiting for me to accept who I am and then just tell them. So also because of my parents are very Mexicans, they don't believe in art, they don't believe in that is space, they don't believe I can survive out of it. So right now I'm just trying to give it a shot, and they don't know about it. So I don't know what my major is gonna be yet, because I'm still deciding if I wanna do it for reals or if I wanna do something else that they can approve. I don't know, it's really hard for me to, because I love them. I really care, and I know their intentions are good behind their opinions. But for me right now, it's just I'm exploring it. I could really see myself doing it. I would like to be a singer, actress, and maybe a director too. My biological dad and they don't like I don't like him either, so that's one of the reasons, I guess, that they don't like the idea of me also pursuing music or film and all these other things. Yeah. My dream is to become a singer and an actress. That will be my dream life. I've always, since I was a kid, I would always pretend I was fainting, and my mom would get really scared of me dropping on the floor, and then I would tell her I was just acting, or I'll be crying in front of the mirror, or I'll be making music at 10. When I was 10, I was already writing music. I don't know, I felt it was always calling me. It always starts with the car. Either I'm driving or my dad is taking me from my house, Rosarito, to the border. That's when I walk through. He drops me off. So there's a side where it's I'm sorry, I don't know the word in English, but okay, pues es un área de baje de equipaje, como baje de personas. It's a place where people can just drop off their family members, just kind of like the airport. They have a designated space in the border for people to be dropped off. I show my document before getting into the building, and then they will let you in depending on if you have it or not. And then you walk all the way on the side of the line, because I do have this entry. So I go past all these people, and then once I get to the main building, that's where they have different separated lines depending on the kind of documents you have. Sorry. And some people have normal visa, and some people have ready lane, which is a little more faster, and then there's Century Line. Right away when you walk out of the building, there's the trolley right away, so you can just reload your car and then get on top and then go. So that usually happens when I take my girlfriend's car. So I would drive from Rosarito to her house in Chula Vista, and then from there I would park the car and then request a lift so the lift can take me to my work. I got really good at that. Now I listen to audiobooks, podcasts, or if I go on the trolley and I'm not driving, I usually will do homework or read my papers, or also sometimes watch a YouTube video or podcast too. Sometimes when I have the space, when I'm home alone, or usually also driving actually that's one of the things I do the most when I'm driving by myself. Going back to my house, I would put on YouTube this artist type of beats, and then I will start songwriting in the car. And if I got something good, a good line for a song, I would just pull my phone and then start recording whatever I created in the moment. I like Taylor Swift. I like Sabrina Carpenter at the moment. I love their music. There's so many. I love all the genres. Also, music in Spanish. I listen a lot to rock in Spanish, reggaeton too. I love dancing also, so I like different genres. Hi, my name is Elissa Alessandra Ojeda Rangel. ELISSAALESSANDRAOJEDARANGEL.